Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for April 13, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, the highly anticipated talks between the United States and Iran have ended without an agreement. The meeting in Islamabad, Pakistan, was the first face-to-face discussion between the two nations in over a decade, but negotiations stalled over key issues, including Iran's nuclear program and control of the strategic Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. has announced plans to blockade the strait, a move that Iran vehemently opposes. In other news, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán's nearly two-decade reign has come to an end after a surprise defeat in the country's general election. Peter Markizai, a conservative opposition leader, won 56.67% of the vote, marking a significant shift in Hungarian politics and a rejection of authoritarianism. Lastly, we're also following the developments in the U.S.-Iran conflict, which has seen a temporary ceasefire, but the situation remains uncertain. The international community is watching with bated breath as the potential consequences of a prolonged blockade are far-reaching and unpredictable. These stories will continue to unfold and will bring you updates as more information becomes available, and that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, Pope Francis is on a historic tour of Africa where he's delivering a message of peace, love, and reconciliation. His itinerary includes meetings with political leaders, local Catholic communities, and representatives of other faiths. The Vatican hopes that his visit will inspire positive change across the continent. In a tragic turn of events, a Nigerian Air Force strike has killed at least 50 civilians, including children, in northeastern Nigeria. The incident has sparked calls for greater accountability and transparency from the Nigerian military, which has been criticized in the past for its handling of operations in the region. And in Europe, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán's populist movement has suffered a decisive defeat in the country's recent election. Opposition leader Peter Markizai has emerged victorious, marking a significant shift in Hungary's political landscape. The outcome has implications for Hungary's relationships with the European Union and the United States, and many are watching to see how Markizai's government will navigate the complex web of European politics. We'll be following these stories closely and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. I'm Barbara. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the U.S.-Iran conflict has sparked a naval blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, sending shockwaves throughout the global community. This critical waterway is a vital route for international oil trade, and the blockade aims to restrict Iranian oil exports. Japan, heavily reliant on Middle Eastern oil imports, finds itself in a precarious position. Secondly, Singapore's monetary authority is considering tightening its policy to counter inflationary pressures stemming from the conflict. Policymakers must decide whether to prioritize curbing inflation or supporting economic growth, with options including recentering the currency band or increasing its slope. Lastly, in China, stocks and bonds are moving in rare sync, driven by the country's emergence as a safe haven amidst the turmoil. The correlation between Chinese stocks and bonds has turned positive for the first time in 2 years, attributed to Beijing's efforts to insulate its economy from oil shocks. However, this positive correlation may not be sustainable, with investors likely to refocus on domestic issues once the Middle East conflict resolves. As we navigate these complex market dynamics, it's crucial to maintain a balanced perspective and remain vigilant. Remember, in the world of finance, agility is key. Stay informed, stay ahead, and tune in for more updates and analysis throughout the day. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. The recent Artemis, the second mission, has been hailed as a beacon of hope in turbulent times, demonstrating what can be achieved through scientific collaboration and determination. The crew's historic journey to space has set records for distance traveled and duration spent in space, showcasing human ingenuity and the power of unity. As astronaut Victor Glover so eloquently put it, My one hope for everyone on earth is this: be kind to each other. This message of compassion and kindness resonates deeply, reminding us that even in adversity, humanity can come together to achieve greatness. The mission's success also serves as a poignant reminder of our responsibility to care for our planet and its inhabitants. As Sally Ride once said, looking back at Earth from orbit makes you realize how fragile our existence truly is. In a world often dominated by division and discord, the Artemis II mission offers a refreshing respite, inspiring us to reach for the stars and never forget the importance of kindness and compassion in our journey through the cosmos. Tune in to our full podcast for more in-depth analysis and discussions on the latest news and topics. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First off, in NASCAR, Ty Gibbs is looking to build on his momentum after a thrilling win at Kansas Speedway. The Chevrolet teams are working to improve their performance with the new body introduced this season, and fans can expect an exhilarating showdown as the competition heats up. In college basketball, the Texas Longhorns have secured a major pledge from former TCU forward, David Punch. This significant addition addresses a pressing need for the Longhorns at the power forward position and bolsters their front court depth, improving their chances of making a deeper run in the NCAA tournament next season. And finally, in baseball, the Cleveland Guardians are taking on the Atlanta Braves in an interleague clash. After shutting out the Braves 1-0, the Guardians are looking to capitalize on their win, while the Braves aim to bounce back with Chris Sale on the mound. Our expert analysis predicts a high-scoring game, with both teams boasting talented lineups and potential for home runs. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Kurl.
Thank you, Howard. In our recent coverage, we've explored several significant stories that highlight the complexities of modern issues. Firstly, we examined a shift in the social media landscape as X, a popular platform, announced changes to its payout structure, prioritizing original content creators over aggregation accounts. This move aims to promote high-quality content, but has raised concerns among some creators about the potential impact on their livelihoods and the spread of new talent. We also delved into a story about the importance of workplace culture, focusing on allegations of bullying, sexism, and misogyny against TV presenter Dan Walker by his former co-host, Claudia Liza Vanderpuigi. This case underscores the gravity of such allegations and the need for fair and respectful work environments. Additionally, we looked at an incident involving a popular social media platform's efforts to combat content aggregation and promote originality, which sparked discussions about fairness, transparency, and the role of social media in shaping online discourse. Lastly, we touched on a significant issue regarding waste management in local communities, emphasizing the importance of responsible practices and community engagement in addressing environmental challenges. These stories remind us of the need for empathy, understanding, and nuanced approaches to complex issues. We'll continue to follow these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Let's dive right in, shall we? We've got 3 juicy stories for you today. First up, the Olivier Awards are still buzzing after a fabulous ceremony that celebrated the best of British theatre. With winners like Rosamund Pike and Ken Rex's lead actor, it was a night to remember. And don't even get me started on the performances. Into the Woods, the producers, and Shucked all brought their A-game. Next, we've got some not-so-great news about HBO's Euphoria. Despite its stunning visuals, the new season is getting slammed for lack of character growth and shallow plotlines. I mean, what's going on, Sam Levinson? Fans are feeling frustrated, and it's time to get back to basics. And finally, let's talk about Britney Spears. The pop icon has checked herself into rehab, and honestly, it's about time someone took control of her life. Now, I know some of you might be thinking I'm being too harsh, but trust me, sweetheart, she needs help. Those bizarre social media posts and that DUI arrest last month? Red flags, people! But with the right support, Britney can get back on track. Let's keep our fingers crossed for her. Now for the latest in nature and environment. Here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we highlighted the crucial role of flying foxes in pollination and seed dispersal in Australia's ecosystems. Unfortunately, these remarkable creatures are facing numerous threats, including climate change and habitat destruction. It's essential that we take action to protect their habitats and reduce our carbon footprint to ensure the long-term survival of these vital species. Secondly, we reported on the alarming decline of great white sharks off the coast of South Africa. The disappearance of these apex predators has significant implications for the marine ecosystem, and conservationists are urging collective action to address the issue. By adopting sustainable practices, reducing plastic waste, and supporting conservation efforts, individuals can contribute to the preservation of marine ecosystems and the majestic creatures that call them home. Lastly, we discussed plantar fasciitis, a common condition affecting millions worldwide. This painful inflammation of the plantar fascia can significantly impact daily life, but experts emphasize that management and prevention involve a combination of stretches, exercises, and lifestyle modifications. By understanding the causes, recognizing the symptoms, and engaging in preventive measures, individuals can reduce their risk of developing this condition or find relief from its painful effects. We'll continue to bring you thought-provoking stories and insights on the environment, conservation, and human well-being. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.